It is August 14th, 2022. Revealed the Chaos Fueled Warhammer Plus Year 2 miniatures. We got a hint for this a little while ago. For all of the Warhammer Plus subscribers, they've finally given us the full view of these miniatures. And I must say, holy moly. Sorry, the view there. I'm doing this here. Anyway, these models are fabulous. I'm really excited. The Terminator, based off the famous Mark Gibbons illustration he had done back in, second edition Chaos Codex. One of those classic art pieces. Mark Gibbons, an artist who has influenced my own art style and the way I produce images and such. And yeah, he's just, the man as far as I'm concerned, aside from obviously Blanche and England as well. Chaos Sorcerer, it is a tough one as well. That Chaos Sorcerer, there's so much going on there. I could easily see this being a Warhammer Underworlds warband. And who knows, it might get rules for that. It's Age of Sigmar, so, maybe we'll see it in Age of Sigmar. This 40k Terminator, hopefully we get rules for him, I suppose. That's really not the point of the model. I think it's really impressive that we are getting a look at this figure. This Chaos Sorcerer, there's so much to like here. It's got all the trappings of a Chaos Sorcerer that we all know and love. It's really cool. It's got a bunch of familiars. But the Chaos Terminator, this is the one I'm going to be getting. I'm going to put myself down for one of these models because it's iconic. It's iconic. It's classic. I'm sure all of the old timers like myself are just super excited to see this model finally getting a miniature treatment. And yeah, it is really cool. All the details are there. And the paint job, let's not forget about the paint job. The paint job is just fantastic. It is different from what we normally see out of Games Workshop paint jobs. This is more contemporary, what we see with a lot of Golden Demon entries, and it's basically along those calibers. And we normally don't see that kind of thing in a lot of Games Workshop's paint jobs for cover art and, in the magazines and stuff like that. We usually don't see this level of paint work, right? Like, this is typically what we see, right? Edge highlights, some nice color blends, nice and clean. It's accurate, and, versus this one here where, it is a lot of fun. Now, I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to it. And I think I've already renewed for my second year. So hopefully I get this one whenever this one becomes available. But now here's one tiny little thing that I will say. Is that everybody who is looking at this model and saying, my God, I can't wait to paint that. So many people are going to be painting it pretty much like the artwork, which, there's nothing wrong with. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to get a lot of variation on painting. Whereas like this character here, you can paint that any which way you like and nobody's going to bat an eye. But if I painted this guy here in blue, right? If I gave him his pre-heresy color scheme, maybe even the pre-heresy color scheme might not even draw attention. But yeah, like that's the thing with these kinds of pieces, especially for miniatures, right? If it's obviously a Khorne Terminator, and it's based off of a very important piece of artwork from the distant past, and most people will emulate what was created there, and that's fine and all, but it feels a little bit limiting at times. Again, Chaos Sorcerer, this model is going to be painted any which way, but loose kind of thing, right? Whereas this one, if you're not painting it like a Khorne Terminator, you're you're going to draw attention to yourself, and people are going to like, well, why'd you paint it like that? Why'd you do this? Why'd you And it's that's kind of unfortunate with a piece like this. I'm glad, I'm happy that this is the model, but I feel like it doesn't have the open-endedness of a piece like this. This, we can paint this any which way. This guy, he kind of has to be painted like Khorne, right? I mean, we can paint him pre-heresy, sure, and maybe, play within the themes, and, and again, who knows? And again, I mean, as I'm saying it, and as I'm, further thinking on it, because this is, again, my kind of first initial reactions to this model, maybe that is actually quite interesting, because with so many people who are going to paint this model inspired by the artwork, maybe we're going to get different iterations. We'll get different techniques and, different plays on values of red and gold and, all these things. And, that one would argue that's a good thing as well. So, again, it's just me, being, somewhat sort of pessimistic. But, yeah, this is the model I'm going to pick when this is available. But, yeah, I'll probably end up painting like Khorne. But again, pre-heresy also is kind of fun as well. Again, for me personally, as a painter / gamer, I do enjoy staying close to the lore of, what is established in these universes. And I'll probably end up painting it probably like this. And, or maybe I'll go pre-heresy. Who knows? Who knows where? But definitely, if I painted it in pink, yeah, everybody would lose their minds, I'm sure. But anyway, what do you guys think? You guys all in for the Chaos Terminator, or are you in for the Chaos Sorcerer? I know that, Warhammer Plus draws a lot of criticism and, these kind of things. And I don't know why, because it is really darn good. I've talked about Warhammer Plus in the past, and I've mentioned that realistically, I think Warhammer Plus, the first year of Warhammer Plus, they shouldn't have, just said it was a service. It was like a ready done service, because it kind of isn't. They were shaking bugs out of the system, and they should have said it was more like a beta. And I think a lot more people would have been more forgiving of delays and things of that nature. And, I think a lot more people would have been a lot more relaxed about the rollout of this product. Going into this second year, I hope they've ironed out the kinks, as it were, and are, gearing up to, obviously give us a good and proper, subscription streaming service, especially for the animations. Personally, I got in Warhammer Plus because of the animations. I was excited for Astartes, Angels of Death, and the Hammer and Bolters. And the Hammer and Bolters actually, I think, are what is really kind of carrying this service right now, because the Hammer and Bolters, I know a lot of people have complaints about the animation style. I dig the animation style. I'm for it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, Angels of Death and Astartes, yeah, top-notch animations and storytelling. But Hammer and Bolter, I feel, has really been carrying the service, and and of course there is the battle reports and the lore masters, and of course the painting tutorial videos, which are all valuable as well. But those were the animations were the main reason why I wanted Warhammer Plus, because I like Warhammer, and I like the visual storytelling, and I like movies and short animations and short stories, and again, there's many reasons why I got Warhammer Plus, and I enjoy the service. I think it would have drawn less criticism if they had said, "No, this first year is going to be a beta while we iron out the kinks, so there might be delays on things and this and that," and and I think people would have been a lot more forgiving. Whereas they kind of rolled it out like this is the finished product, and there was delays and and things like that, and it's like, well, it doesn't really feel. And I get the criticisms, I get it, but I think if they'd have just said, no, this is the beta, we're just going to give this a shot. Because again, I mean, this is the first time they've ever done this, as far to my knowledge anyway. And yeah, but this Terminator dude, yeah, I like this Sorcerer, a very, very cool model. I like the fact that it's wide open-ended. I wouldn't be surprised if we get rules for this model for, Warhammer Underworlds or Warcry or Age of Sigmar or all of the above. And, it's a very cool looking model, don't get me wrong. But this guy just, he tugs at the nostalgia strings. Again, it's by one of my favorite artists, and in fact, I would love it if there was somewhere hidden on the model that it had Mark Gibbons' initials. I think that would have been really sweet as well, just to honor the artist who is the inspiration for this fantastic piece of history. I don't know what the proper term would be there, but anyway, yeah. So that's it. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure I've already renewed my subscription for another year. For all of you out there who have been enjoying Warhammer Plus, man, what model are you gonna pick? What model? It's tough. It is tough. It might not seem like it to some of you. Everybody who's looking at that term and going, yeah, that's definitely the winner. For some others who are really into Age of Sigmar, that sorcerer and all those familiars, everybody can see those familiars and go, you know what, geez, I could use that familiar in this faction or this conversion or this piece. And, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of ways that the sorcerer is going to get used. And, you know, it looks like, you know, basically like something for Warhammer Underworlds. I can see this being included into Warhammer Underworlds. You know, in what capacity? No idea. But I could totally see it. But anyway, yeah, that's the video, people. But let me know what you guys think. And yeah, because, man, I'm excited. And I hope, I mean, what are they going to do for year 3? What are they going to do for year 3? For God's sakes, what are they going to do? How do you top that? How do you top that level of nostalgia? I don't even know. Where do you go from there? Like if they're tugging at the heartstrings of all of us old timers, how do you top the Chaos Terminator from back in 2nd edition? The famous piece by Mark Gibbons. My God, people, come on. How do you top it?